Hello everyone. In this video I want to talk about the different ways in which you can work through this course. Let me explain what I'm referring to. So as of March 2022, I've just added a multiple hour-long new chapter about something called block themes and full site editing. Those two concepts are new in the world of WordPress. For the better part of 2 decades, the concept of what a WordPress theme is has stayed relatively the same. Sure, it's evolved over the years, but the heart of how themes worked always stayed the same. Well, until now. With WordPress version 5.9 that launched in the beginning of 2022, these two new concepts of full site editing and block themes have completely changed what a theme is and what a theme isn't. With that in mind, some of you may be tempted to only want to learn the newest features and concepts, and so you may be tempted to skip way ahead to the new chapters on full site editing and block themes. And while I completely understand that temptation, I still 100% encourage you to work through the entire course. Here's why. You may hear some people lately saying you don't need to write PHP to create WordPress themes any longer. And while that's technically true if you just want to create super basic themes, it's far from universally true. Let me explain. So first of all, before we even get into the concept of simple sites versus complex sites, if you're new to WordPress, it's hard enough to learn all of the vocabulary and concepts of, different post types and custom fields, and I can't imagine learning all of that for the first time while simultaneously trying to learn about these new concepts of block themes and full site editing. So right away, I think there's value in working through the traditional chapters of this course so that you can first master all of the core concepts, right, before getting overwhelmed with the new features. But even beyond that, if you want to create really custom blocks or themes, and you want to use your own HTML and CSS, and especially if you want to use your own custom queries that rely on relationships between different pieces of content. For example, a professor has a relationship to a certain subject they teach, and that subject has a relationship to a certain campus that it's taught at. Or really just if you want to implement any sort of actual complexity into your site and theme, you are still 100% going to need to learn PHP and sort of the more traditional way of doing things. Or even if you do want to build a theme that's super simple, the traditional chapters in this course, they will familiarize you with the overall WordPress template hierarchy, and all of those file names and concepts, they all carry over to when you're creating a new block theme. Now, big picture, if you do really want to skip ahead to the new block theme and full site editing content, you are free to do that. But if you go that route, I would at least recommend you first work through the plugin development chapters in this course. The plugin development chapters will at least teach you about the basics of creating your own custom block types and the basics of modern JavaScript in WordPress. However, if you're not in a huge hurry, if you're not in a big rush, and you just want the deepest possible understanding of WordPress development, I encourage you to just work through the course in its entirety. I'm excited to have you come along on this journey with me. Now let's get to work.